Hey guys, it's the Bubble. So I'm doing an RU match against Zandy here. So he's gonna lead off with his Mesprit, and I go in with Wurmple. Now I realize immediately that I screwed up this Steelix. I was supposed to give it 0 speed IVs, but instead I gave it 32 because with 0 speed IVs, Wurmple is about as fast as a stationary steaming clump of raccoon shit. Which gives Gyro Ball the immense power of 200,000 wiener slaps, but instead Wurmple can't even hit with a Stone Edge. I'm like, Steelix? You suck. You are in the bottom percentage of Steelix. I'm sorry, that was harsh. So then I sent in my Sigilif, and he misses with a Stone Edge, which is really lucky. He got the Stone Edge from Copycat. But then I go for a Psycho Shift, and he misses with Psycho Shift, which is very difficult to do. He had a 10% opportunity to miss with Psycho Shift, and he did it. Because Pitchfork is a dumbass. So I go and I use Cosmic Power, because I'm trying to get off my normal Sigilif shenanigans where I use Cosmic Power and then the super boosted stored power. But then he goes and he uses Light Screen, which makes life for Sigilif very difficult. So he sends in his Luxray. Now I know that Luxray is an electric type, but my Sigilif is faster and it has Roost. So that means once I use Roost, all of his electric type attacks, they'll just do neutral damage, because Roost takes away my flying type. So he'll get me with a Wild Charge. That'll do super effective damage. But I have 2 or 3 Cosmic Powers up, so that's not going to knock me out. It'll get me down to 92 HP. So now I'm gonna use Roost. That heals me halfway. And I don't receive damage from that burn. It's basically, the burn is there for 2 reasons. One, so I can Psycho Shift it onto other people. Onto other Pokemon that would hurt me with a physical attack, and also because I don't want to get any other status conditions. Sleep would really suck. Paralysis would be god awful. So yeah, I do not want that. He does have Crunch, but he has an electric type, so he doesn't get stab boost. My defense does get lowered. I'm like, Sigilif, you hold on to your defense raises. Dear God, what are you doing? So I'm going to use a Cosmic Power, thinking that he'd see my going for a Roost and that he'd use Crunch, but he decides to go for a Wild Charge. And despite all of my Cosmic Power boosts, my Sigilif does not have enough HP. He got a critical hit, but it almost certainly did not matter. So my opponent now, Watt, is running low on HP because of his Burn and Wild Charge doing extra damage. So I'm going to bring out the Tube, but it turns out that the Tube is slower than Luxray. So I'm like, God damn it, how come, honestly, my Pokemon are just going so soft this battle. They're just not putting in the effort. So I used Thunderbolt because I figured it would be able to take it out, but he's got a Light Screen, so he can't actually knock out my opponent's red Luxray, but the burn will finish him off. So he goes in for his Mesprit, and I figured, you know what, it's about time. I brought out the Daunt Lice. So this guy, he's got Dragon Dance, and he is a crazy sweeper because he's got adaptability, which turns the stab boost, instead of 1.5 times, it makes it a 2 times stab boost. So that's really powerful. My opponent, he uses Light Screen, so that means this is gonna take a little while, but it was at this moment that my opponent decided that he would start doing cocaine, because, honestly, like, staying in and using Dragon Dance or Copycat Dragon Dance on a Pokemon with like no attacking moves, that's not normal, but on cocaine, it is. So he's gonna use Light Screen. I cannot fathom his reasoning behind letting me set up with a Crawdaunt, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say Coke. So this is. He's using Knockoff. He's got a Dragon Dance up from his Copycat, but the Knockoff is still going to do absolutely no damage. And any of his moves, no matter what he does, it would always, no matter what, be a better idea to switch in this situation. Also, because another thing I'm doing is I'm biding my time while his Reflect wears off. So I'm going to wait until Reflect wears off, and then I'm going to try to take out his entire team. So he takes out my substitute. I'm like, yeah, I can just put in another. Guess what, bitch? So his Reflect wears off. I'm like, it's lobster time, bitch. Get crunched. So I'm gonna take him down with a super effective stab, adaptability, many Dragon Dances, crunch. So his Mesprit will go down. So now I just have this like powerhouse tank Destroyer Crawdaunt, which is just going to take out his entire team. So I'm pretty sure he can take down my substitute with Aqua Jet. And let's see. No, he can't. I went ahead and I used Crunch on his Kabutops. So I'm just like, boom, take a Crunch to your weird armor shell face, whatever the fuck that is. So he has a Focus Sash. I don't often see Focus Sash nowadays. It's kind of weird. But I know he can take out my substitute this time with an Aqua Jet. My opponent does have a Throw, and I don't want to get like Circle thrown out of there in case he has like another Focus Sash on his team. My substitute fades. I'm just like, guess what, bitch? I have another. So I'm just gonna use another substitute. So now he's going to hit me with an Aqua Jet, but now I have 25% of my total HP on the substitute. He will not be able to take it out. So the substitute stays, and I'll just use Crunch on his Kabutops, and his Kabutops will die like an overdosed Vietnamese hooker. Boom. Okay, so now he's got his emo Roselia there, and this Roselia, I mean, it's a Roselia. It's really not gonna take a Super Crunch very well. It's just like Power Smash on this Roselia, and it dies. It just gets completely impaled. So now out comes Zoltan. His Typhlosion, I'm like, you know what? This is a fucking water type, and I got Waterfall. I don't care what kind of Choice Scarf you got on that shit. I have so much Dragon Dance. I have Dragon Dance like you wouldn't believe. So he's taken down. Yeah. So down goes that guy, and he decides it's time to bring out his Throw. This is the Throw I was telling you about earlier. Resistant to Crunch, but once again, I've got Waterfall. So boom, take that. Yeah, so Throw has a lot of HP, but Waterfall does a lot of HP damage. So Throw will die. Throw will die, and it will fall, join the rest of his team in wherever the fuck Pokemon go in Dreamland. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.
I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. I'm simply wild about my good cocaine.